Okay, so another day visiting Thana here at Plus Performance. Thana,
Hey bro.
what are you working on here? So this is Thana's very own E39
Yep.
525i with the M54 engine. And he has done some work to the fan,
The fan, correct.
right?
The fan always disturb me on the E36 because it draws a lot of power
Yep,
and you have power loss like no.
yep.
And obviously the newer BMWs came with electric fan.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with electric fans are with the new BMWs, they're not cheap.
Yeah,
They're like 1,000 ringgit for the newer fans.
correct.
And even if you do that, you gotta buy a whole new fan which is perfectly good and destroy the fan to fit into your car. They put
What do you mean destroy the fan to
comes
fit?
with the shroud.
Yeah.
You destroy it because why? You take out that, and then you take the fan and you put like brackets to hold it in place, whatever.
Yeah.
And the shroud is big and it break fall apart.
Okay.
And when that fails, it will hit the. It's just not good, like no.
Okay.
So that always irks me. Number one. Number two is some of them did why they tie up with the aircon fan. So the aircon fan, when the aircon needs more pressure, more whatever,
Yeah,
it triggers the fan there.
yeah.
Some do as a ECU mod there, but many people actually do that ECU mod on
Yeah.
the ECU itself.
Okay.
I like not to disturb the original car as is
Uh-huh.
and make the car run as an independent system. So you got a dual system running. Because the car
Okay.
telling you it's overheating,
Yeah.
but the car will automatically react what's required for you to have the correct temperature running like no. So I like this stuff over here. So we see
Okay.
this here, we have a bypass on the bottom hose radiator.
Okay.
The bypass was going in the car, and so this will give you. This is actually a switch. This is actually a radiator fan switch from Saga.
Okay.
So you can, if it fails, you can easily go and buy one very cheap,
Yeah.
$50 from any shop. You can put one in.
Yeah.
Goes to a relay. Relay also is like a standard relay you can get anywhere.
Okay.
You need to mount this in. Power here, you can see here.
Okay.
With a fuse,
Okay.
it goes to the ECU itself. So power is
Right.
put from the terminal 15
Okay.
directly.
Uh-huh.
Fused, it goes in
Yeah.
the relay,
Yeah.
and it goes to here and
Yeah.
it's grounded to your switch there.
Okay.
The moment the car detects there is a temperature goes to 90, it will send a signal, it will ground the signal and will on the fan here. So it's not linked to the car, it's independent,
Independent.
and it goes off what temperature goes to the engine block
Okay.
versus the temperature on the radiator. Does that make sense?
Okay. So means that the fan switch on and off based on the temperature
To the engine block.
of the coolant going in
Yes.
to the engine block.
Yes.
Right.
So we're going to the water pump like basically now,
Okay.
which I think is a better idea because then your car is running pretty cold.
But wouldn't you want to read the temperature from the from of the water coming out of the block? Because that tells you whether your coolant is overheating or not. Ma.
Because the radiator must do its job. Let the radiator do its job.
Okay.
Because if I do this, then the fan will be on longer. I want the temperature to be consistent and the engine because you want it also to be too cold. If it's here at 90,
Yeah.
coming here is what, 60, is it?
But yeah, ma, but the thing is that you let's say like at you read
I
the
want hot water to go to the engine block. I want temperature to be stable at 90, not at 60. I don't want it to be too cold. I want the
I
hot
see.
water to go to the engine block.
Okay. So this is your first electric fan conversion project.
I done few, but all of them are different. And my own car, and I was never happy with all the other conversions. All of them were like metal here, bracket here. This is very clean, you see, nothing else.
Yeah, I like the physical installation of this, but wiring wise, looks a bit messy. Oh.
This is just what I call a test fitting.
Okay.
And then we'll do a shroud. Everything will be covered.
So how do you envision the final,
all this will be covered by a single shroud. There'll be a single hose. You can't see it. There'll be a shroud like a shroud here, like a
so something like this,
yeah, correct.
So something like this.
So all this will be covered. You won't see any of this. All this will be covered by a single wire going in. So you won't see any of those.
Okay.
Yeah, test fit on my own car.
So but now you are fitting this on a test run basis, lah.
I'm fitting this now here and I'm taking this to Thailand on Monday.
Taking this to you're taking this to Thailand on Monday.
Yeah.
Alright.
Today is Friday, Saturday. Monday is going to Thailand.
Yeah.
And then it survives Thailand.
Okay, so we'll see whether
If it survives Thailand, it can throw anything you throw at the car, no issue.
Correct.
But the car, I drove the car without the fan. Way perkier.
So let me ask you this, okay. Now we know that for the M54 engine, right? in the E60, in the E46, it came with electric fan. E39, it came with clutch fan.
Except the, I think the 530,
530 came with electric fan.
maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe.
Okay.
I think the tail end maybe it came like
So the question is, what is the difference between clutch fan and electric fan?
clutch fan.
If you explain it to a...
Let me find a clutch. Where's the clutch fan? Bring.
All right.
So this is a clutch fan,
Yep.
and it fails in two ways. So this one is the old. This is the old unit from another car.
Yeah.
Two way it fails is one, it failed by it being too loose. One failed by being too hard.
Okay.
When it's too hard, at all RPM you have the resistance and the fan is on.
Yeah.
The way it works is, at low speed it is smooth. At high speed, when you put faster and faster, there's a liquid there.
Yeah.
And expands and locks up like a clutch.
Yeah.
And then it gives you full one-to-one locking.
Yeah.
So if this is, let's say, fail by giving you no grip whatsoever, whereby you do the test, you put it in and start the car, you put a paper and you put it in there and the fan stops, that means there's no grip whatsoever. That's the bad type, the car overheats. Okay? But the good type of failing is, it fails that you lose your low end power because the car is locks up at all RPM it spins. You only spin only when it's required.
Correct.
And only when on driving.
Yeah.
On low speed, if you can't off it, you can't off it.
Yeah.
So there's no issue. So this robs power because it's a very heavy clutch one-to-one. It's power from the engine block itself. And the worst part is it takes power at the low RPM. So you might say, 50 horsepower is nothing much, but 50 horsepower at the low end is a lot of difference.
Yeah.
On the high end, doesn't matter. On the low end, lot of difference.
Yeah.
So here now, a car is light. Car feels like it's. I would say it's punchier than a 3.0 now.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. I gotta try this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all this will be there. There'll be a shroud coming here, be covered. So you won't see any of this. You probably will tuck it here to the engine harness bay itself, and then this will go to the back end there. So you won't see any of this. But there's a fuse to protect. I'm thinking my stage 2 is I want to be inspired by the E24. I want to have a block of lights there which tells you when, let's say, the fan is not on or certain indicators. So you have a light LED, so it tells you like certain key indicators. That'll be interesting. The big gauge I'm not a fan of, But small lights, LED lights, let's say temperature switch, temperature's on or not, fan on or not. That's, I think, a nice thing to see, right?
Nice.
It'll be cool, huh?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't know.
So here you have it. This is Thana just completing his electric fan conversion of his E39 and putting it all back together. So we will see
If it survives Thailand.
if it survives Thailand. If it survives Thailand means conversion pass.